All right. Hi, my friends. Today we're going to be combining a lot of the things that we've been learning. We've got angles and degrees, and I wanted to show you, to remind you, the symbol for angles. It looks like that. And then the symbol for degrees is this little circle right here. So it's just a little so you don't have to write out that word. And what we're going to start out with is circles. And we're going to be talking about the fair share, or the fourths of circles. So each of the circles I'm going to divide into fourths. And then if you notice, each of the fourths look like a right angle. Each of them look like a right angle. So when I say the word turn, it's 1/4. Every time I turn, it's going to be 1/4. And I'll draw the pictures to help you understand that. But we're going to be learning some new words today to help you with your IXL assignment that goes along with this. So we have our 4 circles, and what we're going to be talking about is you're going to hear me say the word, let me use my word, you're going to hear me say the word turn. You're going to hear me say the word angle. You're going to hear me say the word degrees. And so when I say a turn, what I need you to imagine is that when you have the turn here, you need to imagine that it's turning one more turn. And then it's going to turn one more turn. So that's what I need you to imagine in your head as I say turn. When you have a circle, and we're going to start with my green line is going to be my line that turns. So right here, that's going to be my line that turns. So when we have our line, our starting line, it's going to look like this. And that means it is 0 degrees and it's no turns. So it's 0 out of 4 turns. There's no turn at all. So this is 0. So now we're going to turn 1 turn. So this is how I write it. So this is one turn out of 4 possible turns. So it's just 1 turn. So that means my green arrow moves to here, and so it's turned 1 turn. And then we have our right angle right here to know that it's a right angle. So the new part, we've got the turn, 1/4. We know that this is a right angle. The new part right now is called the degrees. So at the right angle, it's going to be 90 degrees. And this is what it looks like up here. And I have a chart, so I'll put the chart up at the end. So this symbol is 0 degrees, 0 turns. This symbol, and it has the box right here. Remember that box means right. That's 90 degrees. And it's 1 turn. 1 turn. All right. So now we're going to go to 2 turns. So remember, I'm going to always start with where it starts out at the 0 degrees. So this is 0 degrees. I'll go ahead and add that back over here with my green. Now I'm going to go 2 turns. So this is 1 turn. Now I'm going 2 turns. So now my red line is right here. So that's 1 turn, and this is 2 turns. So the 2 turns I write like that. So it's turn 2 out of the 4. So this was 90, and this is 90. So I'm going to put my little circle here. So I've got my half circle here. 2 90s together, because this is 90, then this is 90. Is 180. So that means, I'm going to come back to my symbol over here, 2 turns is 180 degrees. So, and the line looks like this. So it has a ray going this way, has the middle of my circle down, and don't worry, I have a bigger chart if it's hard to see. Then you look for your half circle symbol. So that means I've done 2 turns, and that's 180 degrees. So if you see a straight line, that's 180 degrees. If you see a right angle, it's 90 degrees. And so this is 2 turns. I'm running out of room. All right, so let's come over here, and now we've done 2 turns. Now we have to do our, and I'm going to go ahead and write this right here so you can see what we've already passed. So let's go our 3 turns. So we always start with our green marker here at 0 degrees. And we're going to go 3 turns. So it's 1, 2, 3. So now we're at 3 turns. So we were at 90 degrees here, 180 degrees here. And let's make our circle. So my red line goes here because that's my 3 turns. And so I go all the way around. So that circle goes all the way around. So it's 90, 90, 90. So my degrees are 270 degrees. Now the symbol for that I'm going to put right here. And this one's a little tricky because we have to make sure we know the difference between the 90. So this one has the circle on the outside. So nothing's in the inside because this one tricked me. So this picture shows that it's 3 turns because it went all the way around here. And so that one is 3 turns and it's 270 degrees. So if you see this symbol, that means it's 3 turns because it's 1, 2, and 3, and that's 270 degrees. So now we're on our last turn, So we start with our 0. Our green arrow is what starts us, and then we're going to go 4 turns. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4 turns. So, and what this looks like, and so now my red arrow is going right up there where my green arrow is. But my green is 0. My red can't be 0 too, because we've just gone 90, 180, 270, and then if we add another, it is 360 degrees. One full circle is always 360 degrees around. So when we write this, we write 360, and the symbol that goes with it is the straight line like the 0, but this time there's a circle on the bottom. So the circle on the bottom lets you know that it's gone all the way around. That arrow went whoop, all the way around. So that would be the symbol for 360, and then we have 4 turns. Now, those are the main parts of, I'm going to go ahead and write these on here. These are the main parts to help us. They're called like benchmarks. So 90 degrees is our first benchmark, 1 turn. 2 turns is 180. 3 turns is 270. And 4 turns is 360s. Those are our benchmarks, just like we had our benchmarks for our other ones. So let me put up the chart where I wrote this all, and this is what needs to go into your notebook. This is what needs to go into your notebook, and I put a picture on the website. So I drew the picture of the circle here for you. So 0 turns, there's the symbol, there's the degree. 1 turn in the circle, so 1 turn, this is the symbol, and here's the degrees. 1 turn is 90 degrees. Okay, 2 turns, remember where I said it was the straight line? This is the symbol, it's the straight line, and if you notice there's the point in the middle, and there's an arrow on each side. Let me make my arrows a little bit easier to see, because that's important. This has the arrows on each side. This just has a dot. These are arrows. Okay. 3/4 turn. This is the one where I said it needs to have the like a Pac-Man on the outside. So this one, if it's the square on the inside, is 90. If it's the Pac-Man on the outside, that means it's turned 3 times, and that means it's 270 degrees. And then if you have your straight line and you have your circle that goes all the way around, that means it's 360 times. Or degrees. So really what these symbols show you is show you how far the arrow has moved. So these are important to know. You need to know these are your benchmark degrees. You need to know which one they match with, and you need to know when I say turns, what that means. So this is 1/4 of a turn. That one turn is 90, 180, 270, and then 360. So this is what I need you to either print or have in your notebook, because when you go to your IXL and do your assignment for today, it's gonna show you pictures, it's gonna ask you degrees, and it's gonna ask you turns also. Sometimes it will give like this point a letter, a name, like angle S, but it's still, as long as the picture, or if it says one turn, it still means the same thing.